Uppercut, uppercut, sonic boom!
Well, hello there, humans, bees, earthlings, whoever you are, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, and if you're lucky enough indeed to be doing it too. Welcome back to the channel. This is a really important video, so please watch on because this is going to be a big game changer for you if you want to get your sensitivity settings perfect. And I'm talking, of course, about the customizable sensitivity settings that you can now go and sort out on the range or in your settings tab in the client itself. I'm going to show you how to do it on the range because you're really going to want to be doing it there if you want to do this anywhere that's worthwhile at all. And I discovered something pretty crazy about tap firing particularly, and it's going to make it wild for you guys if you want to get your tap firing weapons working well. Now, the first thing you have to do is get on the range, get the weapon you want to sort out, and you click on this button up the top left next to the exit section there, which brings up the customizable sensitivity section, and you click on customize settings for Mark 47, which is what I have. The way this has always worked in the past is you have two settings, camera sensitivity and ADS sensitivity. Now, in layman's terms, the camera sensitivity is like you've got a 4X on your M4. You're scoping around looking for a target, looking through the 4X. That's the camera control, how fast and how quickly it moves. ADS is when you press the button and it goes full auto and you start dragging it down to control recoil. That's ADS sensitivity. Now, I want you to engage your brains just for a couple of minutes, and this might not be the mass consumption crap that's going to get a million views, but you need to watch this if you want to win more games in PUBG Mobile. Just think of that. That's what you're doing here. When I started testing the Mark 47 Mutant, I turned the camera all the way down and I found that I could not control the recoil. So it seemed to me pretty obvious that the camera was the primary mover in controlling the recoil. When I set the camera up, which is kind of counterintuitive because I'm tapping the button so fast you'd think ADS would take over. But what if I turned the camera all the way down to 1%? Would I be able to do it? No, can't control recoil. But what if I turned the ADS all the way up to 300%? And you can see it just doesn't work. Likewise, if you turn the camera all the way up to 300%, it goes nuts. And this is one of the reasons why tap fire weapons are so often ignored, because they're really hard to set up. Well, no longer. You can now perfectly set up the sensitivity on two different tap fire weapons. Let me explain it to you like this. You're trying to tune a radio in your car. If you use the automatic tuning system, it will go to the radio station, but it might not be perfect. And then that's what you use the camera setting for, and then you use the ADS setting to go a little bit above or below that number until you figure it out. Let me show you exactly why this is important. This is the M16, okay? And I got it perfect. I'm going to show you the recoil with an M16 and my perfect sensitivity, okay? And then I'm going to show you the same sensitivity with a Mark 47 Mutant. And this is why customizable sensitivity is so clutch to you being good at the game. This is with a 3X, 25% camera, 36% ADS. Took ages to find this number, right? And you can see how clear that is. Absolutely beautiful in terms of recoil. Beautiful. And then if I grab a Mutant and I program in the same numbers, 25%, 36%, watch how bad the recoil is. Like, it's going everywhere because the guns are very, very different. And this is the problem. We've always just had one overall recoil for every single weapon. So you get guys that would run the barrel and they'd be happy with the barrel. You get guys that are like me. You get guys that are running M416 and they would spend their entire time on the range working out an M416. And tap fire weapons needed to be a combination of both the camera and ADS. So if you were trying to get perfect tap fire, forget about it. Look at this with the red dot. It's just phenomenal what you can do if you get on the range and you work this out. The other thing this is really good for is DMRs. And I'm going to run you through a little bit of footage of the DMRs now and talk you through things. But I will say one thing. There is no greater way of controlling recoil from all the tests I've ever done than just crouching. I mean, we all know that. And if you start putting that in your gameplay, you're going to be better off for it. And especially with DMRs. And with the 7.62 DMRs, particularly the SLR and the SKS, I got a lot of value out of getting these settings right. But I will say, you still can't tap fire them as fast as a Mini. Like there's just, unless you're using anything in particular like a gyro or something like that. I mean, yeah. So this is it. When you turn the camera down, you can't control the recoil on a tap fire weapon. It just doesn't work. Let's have a look at the DMRs. Now, what you have to understand with the DMRs is you're going to be using them with bigger scopes. So you're going to be using them with 4Xs, 6Xs, and 8Xs. And one of the hardest things to do and be accurate with is you want your first shot to be right on their head. Now, that means that you need to have a camera setting that is low enough that you can make tiny incremental adjustments. But at the same time, when you start really firing fast, the camera sensitivity has to be high enough that you can drag the reticle down. Like you can see my ADS is at 1%, and at 1%, it's completely controlled by the camera. But if I then start inching the ADS up a little bit each time, it improves the recoil in this almost full auto fire. Look, you'll see I've got the camera at 14 and the ADS at 12%. I move it all the way up to 52%. And you can see I'm not, even on a full tap firing 6X, I'm going underneath the target. Like that's how much recoil control is improved by, look, too much ADS sensitivity. It's this beautiful blend now, and you can blend it for each weapon. It's like finding the right mix. 24%, probably not quite right. 52%, too much. Let's move it a little bit further up in between and see if that helps. This is it. This is the key. You've got to do this for every single weapon, especially these DMRs. The benefit is incredible. You can get a gun like the SLR and figure it out so that you can actually use it and get it to sit somewhere near the target when you're tapping the crap out of it. I will say these 7.62 DMRs, if you just wait a little bit longer between taps, you're going to get a huge benefit. You can make it sit. Hard to do there, but if you're doing it like this, it will naturally come back. One of the things I found was changing the different grips and things on the SKS really brought this home to me. You sometimes have to wait between shots so that the grip will actually bring the reticle back to nearly center. And if you time it right, it will just keep coming back like a pogo stick so that you don't actually lose the target. And it doesn't pay to be able to tap fire this thing super fast at range because it won't rebalance back down. And if you start trying to drag it down, then you're going to go underneath the target. So this is the new customizable sensitivity settings for all the guns. I highly recommend you get off your ass, you go to the training range, and you take an hour and a half, and you go through every single weapon with every single scope. It will be worth its weight in UC when you get out there, and any gun you pick up is going to be perfectly set up for your sensitivity. If that doesn't help you in chicken dinners, I can't make you better. It's all on you, right? Get it done first, the right time, and you'll just be better. And, you know, like you'll start being able to use any weapon you grab, any weapon you pick up. Customizable sensitivity is the next big thing in terms of game improvement. I'm Bushka. Thank you so much for watching. Remember to like the videos and subscribe. We've got huge changes coming to the Discord server. We're also doing giveaways on the Discord server every week, so go over there and register. The link to the Discord server is in the description below. I think we're at, let me just go check. We are now at 12,000, nearly 12,500 people. So chugging along nicely. And if you've got any videos that you want to see, then simply put the link, put a comment down below on what you want to see, and I will go out there and I'll investigate that. I really do love making videos like this where you find out new stuff about the game and how it works. And this is a brilliant part of update 1.5 that everyone should be taking advantage of. There is an ASM Abacan video out tomorrow. That video will talk a lot about the weapon. It's one of the most spectacularly strange weapons I've ever come across in PUBG Mobile. I'll go out on a limb and say it is the strangest weapon I've ever come across in the game. And what it does is so specific and weird, and we're going to talk about that. And it would not have been worth talking about if I hadn't have done this video once already, because the particular problems that the Abacan has. Anyway, that's another video. That's tomorrow's video. Look after yourself, stay safe in the battlefield, like the videos, subscribe, share the content. It would help me out tremendously. Yeah, and get on the training range. It's the way forward. Anyway, bye for now, guys.